Hey everyone, so I've got some silver duct tape here, which is what I'm going to use to cover the outside of the blade and help keep the foam from getting damaged during combat. I've also got my razor blade handy in case I need to cut slits in the tape, which is going to happen on all these curved parts, otherwise it won't lay flat. I like to run a single strip all the way around the edge of the blade and down back onto here if possible. That gives that piece of tape quite a bit of stability and durability because it's not cut into several short segments. It's less likely to peel off, and I just like to do it that way. So I'm going to start here, apply my tape, try to get it as straight as you can because once you get going it's hard to straighten it out. You can see obviously on the pole here it's curved, so I need to cut some slits in the tape to make it bend around the pole like that, and just push it flat and just keep going. You want to smooth it out as you go to avoid air bubbles, and like I said, try to keep it straight. It's harder than it looks and sounds. I want to get this right onto the center of the foam blade. I'm going to push it in, push it all down. I can just leave the tape there for a second while I cut some slits. Anywhere the tape needs to bend at a drastic angle, it's going to benefit from slitting it and then making little tabs and pushing the tabs flat like this. That's going to give you a much smoother bond with your tape, much more of the glue on the downside of the tape touching the foam. It's going to hold the tape on a lot better, look better, everything. So make sure you cut these slits every time you need the tape to bend. You want to do it on both sides. So I'm going to bring my knife over here, cut the same amount of slits, roughly the same spot, and repeat the process. Kind of start from the middle, push outward. Start from the middle, push outward to the edges of the tape. That keeps air bubbles from forming in the center. Oops, I forgot a slit there. If you don't cut a slit, the tape will bubble. So you get the idea. I'm just going to go all the way around, and then I'm going to continue taping the sides of the blade, and these, I'll probably put a piece of tape straight down this langet, and then I will tape horizontally across the blade until the entire thing is covered with duct tape. When I'm finished, I'll come back and show you guys what that's going to look like. Guys, I finished taping up the blade and the spike. It was actually quite a difficult taping job because of all the angles and curves. You can see the silver tape gives it a nice metallic sheen. It's going to protect the foam while you're fighting. So here's pretty much our final product. Just have one more step I'm going to do, which is to cut vertical slits from about where the hot glue stops inside up to about 1 centimeter from the edge. I'm going to cut 4 of them around this thing, one on opposite sides, 1, 2, 3, 4, like a T or a cross. What that's going to do is allow this to bulge outward, kind of like in an accordion style when you stab someone, so that they're not absorbing the full force of the blow. I'll cut them and then I'll show you what I mean. Okay guys, you can see here I've cut several slits around the whole diameter of the Poleaxe, and the reason I did this, I don't know if I explained it properly. You can see when I push on it, it's going to collapse outward now instead of delivering all the kinetic energy. It's going to be able to bulge outward this way, this way, this way, this way, all around, and then after each hit it'll sort of snap back to this form. This does weaken the tip quite a bit. Obviously it's not going to last as long now, but I left about 1 centimeter at the top all the way around where it's not sliced, and every other slice I did smaller, so that it has a little bit more durability. But if in case this did break, it would be very easy to replace. You just cut another roll of foam and glue it back on, tape it back up. That's the nice thing about these. Once you finish the main parts, if something goes wrong, they're pretty easy to repair or replace. Alright guys, so this is the final part of our build series. Thank you for sticking with me if you made it this far. I hope you enjoyed the build, and I hope you use it to go ahead and make your own poleaxe and get out there and start fighting. So before we go, I want to talk about what this is and what this isn't. This thing is not a toy. It's quite heavy. I do not intend to hit people with this who are not wearing proper protective gear. Tomorrow is our group's big weekly practice. I'm going to take it out to the field and armor up and show you guys some sparring videos with it. I would not recommend hitting someone with this who is not wearing protective equipment. It is going to hit hard. It is a big weapon, and you could easily use it as a prop for a cosplay or something like that. I wanted to say a brief bit about how you might alter this to make it look more like an actual axe and less of a fighting implement. You could use the same basic build, and instead of putting the blue foam on the edge and doing 3 layers of EVA to make the body and then doing these extra languets on the front and back, you could do 1 layer of EVA, thick EVA that is, and then you can go to a craft store and you can get this real thin craft foam, which is also made out of EVA, but it's only a couple millimeters thick. And instead of doing a 3-layer design like I did, you could do 1 layer in the middle and then cover both sides of it with the very, very thin craft foam, which is almost like a foam paper, and form more of an axe-looking blade. And you can also paint that stuff up to look exactly like metal if you put the time and effort in. So this is great not only for fighting, but also if you wanted to make something for a prop or for cosplay, anything like that. You could use the same principles I showed you in this build, just alter them a little bit, and make whatever kind of poleaxe you need. So thanks again for sticking with me. Keep your eyes out for a sparring video using this poleaxe, and I hope you keep coming back to my channel. If you like it, hit the like button, subscribe to us, and this is Brian with MSA checking out. 大家再见.